2 weeks ago, this YouTuber released a video titled "I Have an Announcement," where they announced their pregnancy that later turned out to be fake. For good reason. The internet's content creators have steered pretty clear from fake pregnancies and fake injuries because it almost always turns their audience against them immediately, and they're never able to walk back their reputation as an honest creator. This YouTuber named Caroline Costner makes sketch comedy videos that niche around content that tries to point out the flaws in society, but then completely misses the mark when it tries to point out why these flaws even exist. I'm not too entirely sure, but what I know is the main goal of the channel is to incorporate existential crisis moments as the main comedy relief. Maybe this content's just not for me, but I can't help but wonder, who is this content for?
That thing shits in a box and then has the gall to physically assault you when you try to love them on your time and not theirs. I pay for your food, you brittle-boned fuck.
Here's a hot take, everyone. Cats. Those things. Who is this joke for? I'm not trying to throw jabs, I'm just genuinely curious. How does a fully grown adult with a working frontal cortex sit there and go, yeah, cats are assholes? I just personally don't see any adult actually finding value in those words, and so it just leaves me at a loss for words when I hear like dry jokes like that. And that's okay, it just clearly this content isn't for me to enjoy.
Be cool, hear me out. If I inbred you to the point where your eyes come out of your skull, I wouldn't appreciate it. Okay, but you don't have a say in this because you're not as intellectually superior as Big Ape Man with big brain and walking upright. The fuck are you gonna do about it, huh? That's what I thought.
What?
Who is this for? Like, actually, who is this for? This just sounds like that annoying person at the bar after it closes and you're waiting for your cab and all you're wanting to do is sit in silence and wait for your cab and they're just sitting there talking your ear off. All right, clearly I'm not a fan of how Caroline treats her audience like kindergartners. It shows clear motive that they're not in this to provide value for a view. No, they would rather make content that is molded around a child's perspective, and who cares if their view is actually valuable to the ad or anything, as long as, you know, they're either just listening to it for background noise, or if they do happen to be paying attention, it's a usually extremely dumbed down perspective of an idea, so pretty easy to digest as a toddler. I know I may be coming off a little bit harsh, but hear me out. If you take away the silly noises and the sound effects and the music and you isolate just the joke on its own, this is what you're left with. You know what I said to the pug guys? I'm gonna keep inbreeding you until your eyes pop out of your head because I Big Ape and I super intelligent. And you can't do anything about it because you're just a little dog. You see what I mean, right? Hearing this tone-deaf recent move of theirs prompted me to look into their channel, and when I watched the last two videos addressing this pregnancy, it just left me with just two questions. What and why? 2 weeks ago, the video "I Have an Announcement" was posted where they announced their pregnancy in a vlog format.
Ovulating, and I had like a plug of blood come out and I was like, oh my god, I'm pregnant.
Caroline covered a lot of things a woman has to deal with while being pregnant, and it was clear that this video was made with a serious tone that demanded a level of seriousness as it covered some touchy topics.
I'm 20 years old and I am figuring out what to do with my life. And I personally don't think I should have to choose to do anything in life. I think I should just do life. I think I should just not die and live, and that's life. But I meet so many people around me that are encouraging me to pick a thing, to be a thing. Like everyone's like committing to a bit. That's what life feels like. I'm committing to the bit of having a relationship with this woman who I don't really like. I'm committing to the bit of having this job that I don't really like. I'm committing to the bit of living in a democracy. I'm committing to this bit. I feel like it's okay to not know what I'm doing in life because I'm young, I'm hot, I'm funny, I'll figure it out. Life will go on, and I will, by default, be something, if not dead.
I'm good, guys. I'm actually so good. I want to have a kid, I just don't think I can have a fucking kid right now! And I really want a kid. I do want a fucking kid. And I'm not being stupid. I'm not being like, oh, well, you're young. You don't really know what it's like. You have so much life to live. Fuck you! I'm having a baby. Like, I'm having the baby. It's not like I'm getting rid of it. It's like I'm having the baby. I'm gonna have a baby.
So right off the bat, this is a far cry from any of their other content. This was the first video that they posted in over a year, which kind of corroborated the idea that this was a serious change. It also led them to have the impression that these were circumstances that were out of her control, aka having a kid that they didn't know if they wanted yet. This is a struggle that I think almost every parent goes through during pregnancy, because let's be honest, the time between conception and birth is kind of like when you buy something expensive online and then you suffer a bunch of buyer's remorse until it's finally in your hands. I'm gonna have so many parents in the comments telling me I don't know shit.
Remember how I had like shit going on with my uterus when I was 16? Like I had surgeries just to get stuff removed, so like my fertility's always been kind of weird. I'm pregnant, and if there's any kind of like surgical intervention, I could really fuck up my fertility. Like I might not be able to have a kid again. And then the other thing is that if I have this kid, it's very likely that I won't be able to have another one.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
They really tried to sell this story to their audience. They used struggles that speak out to very real problems that people have during pregnancy, and essentially either made people relate or sympathize with them as they continued to deceive the good faith of their viewers. Things then take a turn as the theme of the video goes from dark and depressing to hopeful and cute.
Hello, one and all. I'm currently in my second trimester. And let me tell you something. Being pregnant is exactly what they say it is. It's pretty awful.
Yeah, I'm so sure that it's really bad. I'm still not sure why they thought this was a good way to come back to YouTube, because this instantly set the tone for how much respect that they hold for their viewers.
It's very overwhelming to be 20 and pregnant, because I'm around other 20-year-olds that are like, I don't even know what I'm like doing right now. Like, I don't even know who I am or what I want in life. And I'm just like, that sounds tough. Me personally, I'm about to throw out 18 years of my life doing the most selfish thing one could possibly do. I've had friends and family reach out to me, and I've just sort of casually told them that I'm having a child. I haven't really done a whole announcement, but the reaction that I get from people is so interesting, because they're like, oh, that's so nice for you. I'm really glad that you're deciding to do that with your life. And I'm like, God damn, can't we make motherhood cool again? We need a new ad campaign for motherhood, seriously. With only semen I harvested consensually, I am producing nature's most advanced piece of technology. It's like a new iPhone. I'm dropping, this is my Apple keynote speech. Now, is this child gonna be something exceptional? No. It's really interesting thinking about coming back to YouTube with an announcement.
It probably was. I'm sure that you neglected to realize that using very touchy topics that you yourself haven't dealt with is a super tone-deaf way to try to get people to like you.
I've been gone for so long. I started this channel when I was 15. A lot of you have been following me since I was 15 years old, and not that much time has gone by, and I'm already on to discovering new life. YouTube is not taken seriously. YouTubers are not taken seriously.
I wonder why YouTubers aren't taken seriously? Oh, you know, maybe because they pull brain-dead moves like this.
What did Louis C.K. say? You have to be a little bit stupid to think good things will happen. Because why the fuck would anything nice happen?
Caroline must be a pretty big fan of Louis C.K. because some of his other quotes include, "Perception is created and twisted so quickly. Once you understand the power of lying, it's really like magic because you transform reality for people." So in my opinion, they've probably been filling their head with the idea that nothing matters, when in reality, they made things not matter by posting videos like this. So her video ended with a cliffhanger stating that her baby was coming pretty dang soon.
Guys, stay tuned, because I'm gonna be having a baby very soon. I slapped this video together just to let you all know where I've been for the past few months and where I'm gonna be in the coming months. And I really hope that I can take you on this journey with me. Thank you guys for staying here with me and being here with me and hopefully supporting me in the future. So stay tuned, guys.
Then, just 2 weeks after releasing that video, they released another video that was titled "I Lost the Baby." This is pretty much all parents' worst nightmares. So already this video was molded to get the most concerned, sympathetic viewers, as many in as possible. And let me tell you, the fans sure were surprised when the tone of the video didn't reflect the title whatsoever.
Okay, guys, I lost a baby, and I don't know exactly where I put it. It has to be around here somewhere. Okay, so some of you guys are probably wondering.
I too am also curious of what the fuck I'm actually watching, but not for the reasons she thinks.
No, I am not pregnant. And I'm sure some of you are shocked. I'm sure some of you are not surprised at all. I'm sure some of you don't care. But some of you might be asking, when you're a content creator, the line between entertainment and reality is very blurred. Your audience will become very attached to an abstraction of yourself. And the odd thing is that this connection can become very personally meaningful to the viewers, whilst not being personally meaningful to the creator itself. Your attention is monetarily valuable to me.
The irony in this is hilarious. Let's Google the definition of narcissist. Involving a sense of entitlement, a lack of empathy, and a need for admiration. Caroline here seems to think that their view of social media is the only correct way to view it, because whatever feeling her video made you feel, according to her, your feelings are invalid and you're wrong for feeling the way that you do. Thankfully though, Caroline doesn't leave us hanging. She lets us know exactly how we're supposed to feel and how we should feel.
You're not real, and I'm not real, and none of this is real. And yet, the effect that we have on each other is still very real. Nope.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I will present myself on the internet.
Nothing like using horrid comedy to soften the blow of an insanely self-deprecating attempt at gaining the spotlight for the 2 weeks that YouTubers will cover you for. And the best part about all this is that honest content going forward is pretty much off the table for Caroline. Well, for her new followers at least. Her devout followers, they pretty much look like they understand this type of content for it, but for anybody new coming in, unless they're like, you know, unless they like to get shit on and told what to do, I don't think that they're going to be interested. Long gone are the days where any of her viewers think that they are ever going to get any sympathy or care from her. They're just numbers to her. And just imagine if she actually did get pregnant one day and made a video about it. That would be one of the most cry wolf situations that ever existed.
And a lot of you come on the internet, a lot of you will engage on the internet because you want to be seen. And because you desperately want to connect to someone. I lied about being pregnant as a joke. And the joke is not that pregnancy under strenuous circumstances is funny. The joke is not that the audience was gullible enough to believe that I was pregnant. The joke is you connected to something that wasn't real. And I have become something that isn't real.
The joke is you. Get it? Why are you laughing? I told you it was funny, so this is the part where you laugh.
We all come here to find this connection over and over again. And we don't really find it until now, when you subscribe to my Patreon. Right. This entire stunt has been an advertisement for my Patreon. I'm also announcing that I'm coming back to YouTube. Listen, I wanted to come back to YouTube and explain to everyone why I had been gone and what had happened to me in that time that made me want to come back. But some of you in my audience are pretty weird, and I don't blame any of you. You know, you can't help being weird, but I didn't think that it would be healthy for me to expose myself like that to all of you. And that's why I decided to keep a lot of my more sensitive information behind a paywall, where I would hope some of the audience would be more intentional with how they interact with me, because now it costs money to do so.
Did we make that one make any sense? This whole plan was to get Patreon followers, because essentially she believes that paying followers will be more genuine towards her, but then doubles back and doesn't give that same respect to those Patreon viewers and uses them to make even more money than the money they're paying her already. I bet they really feel like they got their money's worth out of your content. Maybe I'm just different, but I would absolutely never be happy with paying a creator to make content that then they tell me how I'm supposed to enjoy. I don't know about others, but I would never find joy in paying a creator to tell me exactly how I'm supposed to view their content. And if you want to talk about narcissistic behavior, that's about as bad as it can get. Caroline is really out here thinking her followers want to pay her to get shit on. Caroline, this is YouTube, not Craigslist. Stay in your lane. Just imagine being so sheltered that you take a situation that tears apart millions of lives every year, used it to gain sympathy views from people, some people who actually went through those things, that their feelings aren't valid, and then to top it off, that they're not allowed to have an opposing opinion. It really is just like the most tone-deaf move to make this video as a ploy to get more followers on Patreon. She's gonna try to combat this with, oh, people don't get my content, or did I trigger you? It's not about that. Let's take this logic and place it in a different situation and see if it works. Imagine if an influencer faked being paralyzed and then took the sympathy views they got from people and used it as a segue into begging for their money. And you don't have to imagine it because it did happen, and his audience absolutely tore him apart when they found out that he wasn't paralyzed, because people don't like getting deceived like that. So if those examples are unacceptable, then why should it be okay for Caroline to do it then? Oh, because she says you're not allowed to take her seriously? Hey y'all, I'm editing this the next day. I just was watching Oompaville's last video, and I was scrolling through the comments, and I found something that made me curious. So went up to the taskbar, or the search bar I mean, and I searched up Oompaville plus Caroline, and I found some stuff. It's weird though, because Oompaville has either deleted or unlisted made these videos really hard to find ever since she did this. So Oompa, you kind of make videos on everything. You don't really hold punches. So what's up, bro? I'm not saying anything, but I'm wondering lots of things. So yeah. Back to the video. I really don't think that this was a smart play, and I really think that this damaged Caroline's reputation. This will now define her viewers' expectations of her videos moving forward from here. I think that this greatly kind of parrots the watcher situation in a really small aspect, where some of these creators who have a large following, they really just only view their viewers as a number now. The same viewers that clicked follow and got them where they are. Despicable. For any content creator that is thinking, maybe I should try this, don't, and use this as an example of what happens when you take your viewers for granted.
Obviously, I would just assassinate someone myself.
That takes care of that.